What's good? Welcome back to the channel. This is S.O.G. In today's video, we have a XEGIS or XEGIS, Z- XEGIS. This is the very first palm vein recognition safe. We're going to take a look. We're going to dive right into it and see what comes in the box, what you get. Now, this is valued, I believe it's like $160. So you get a manual and a safety guide here. You get it very nicely wrapped up in foam to protect the shipping. Let's go ahead and remove all this stuff and show you what it looks like without any of this plastic or foam on top of it. In the box, you're going to get a baggie with all of the stuff and accessories that they offer. Let's open this up and see what it is that you get. It looks like you get quite a bit of stuff now. You get a set of keys, so you get two of them. You have some tools, probably mounting tools, screwdriver and whatnot, some screws. Looks like a cleaning cloth, probably for the screen or even the vein reader. You have a cable here, USB, and you have a cable to lock it up in place wherever it is you're going to store it. So let's get this plastic off of here and get started on this safe. Here it is out of its packaging. Now, the first thing I noticed when I peeled the plastic off is how lightweight this is. It's almost worrisome how light it is. Because it might not be durable, but I know it is because it's made of military grade steel. So if anything, I'm just impressed by how they were able to make this so light and yet so durable. The finish, the color, and on all that looks really nice, really sleek. You have a little window right here, a little screen, and that'll give you humidity and temperature. You have your palm reader, you have a keypad access, and then you have a key access. So you have three different ways to get in here, which is awesome. Another thing I did notice when I unboxed it, or when I peeled the plastic off and unboxed it, I guess, is it sounds like something's in there. I don't know if it's supposed to be in there or I just got a defected one. I'm not sure. But just for transparency issues, there is that. So I don't know. Check yours out and see if you have the same issue. Anyway, let's get into the safe. One of the things I look for in a safe is to make sure that when you open it, the springs pop fully open. And just like that, it springs open immediately. I hate safes that barely pop open like this, and you have to manually flip it open with one hand and then get in there with the other to get what you got to get. Now, it's time consuming enough to have something in a safe, and you shouldn't have to mess around with it once you enter your code or get it open or whatever to get access to that, especially under a stressful situation or anything like that. So let's get into the powering on process. It's got a button behind here. You just kind of flip over to the side. That'll flip it over. We'll close this up here. I want to show you guys this though. So this doesn't close if you're trying to close it from the ends, which is really weird to me. You have to close it from the middle. And I don't know, you see how it just beeped there? I don't know how that's going to work out once I set my palm reader or my palm to open this. Because if you have to close it from the middle, you're going to have your palm over it. So is it actually going to close? It's going to be interesting. But let's take a look here. So as you guys can see, you have humidity, you have temperature, you have battery life. So really cool features here. Very, very cool. Let's take a look, and I guess I'm going to set up my palm because I haven't even done that. And we'll go into the process of how to set it up, how to open it, and that sort of thing. All right, so to set this up with your password, what you want to do is open it up with the default password, which is 123456. And just notice how fast that does, how fast it opens after that last digit's pushed. We'll enter that same code again. You'll hear that. You'll hear continuous beep, so hold the 1 while it's doing that. Now, once that stops, now you can enter a new code. So now we're going to go, you'll see this blinking. We're going to go 654321. Okay. 654321. Now that long beep means that it should be working now, that it changed. So let's go 654321. Look how fast that thing opens up. That's immediate access. 654321. As soon as I push that last number, it pops right open. No need to push OK, which is another thing I hate, is you type in your code and then you have to push OK on some safes. And I don't like, another thing I look for, this is me being picky, is how fast between the numbers I can push. Because on some safes you have to go 1 and then let it sink into the system, and then 2, and then 1, and then 5, whatever your number is, you have to kind of go slow. If you go too fast, the safe won't keep up with that speed, but this one keeps up perfectly fine. So no matter how fast we go, it opens up. And that's one of the things that I really like about this safe. Just incredible speed. And the only thing so far for me testing this so far that I don't like is that you have to close it from the middle. Let's set up the palm reader. So what we're going to do with the palm reader is we're going to type in our code here again. Opens up. We're going to do it again. Now instead of holding 1, you're going to hold 2. All right, now the light is on, so what you're going to do is put your palm there. And that supposedly was enough to read your palm. So now that it's closed, we're going to... Okay, that didn't work. Try it again here. That didn't work either. Let's pop it open and try this again. All right. There we go. I think I did it wrong. I'll replay it on the video, but if it beeped more, nah, see, it didn't work again. There we go. Now it worked. There we go. Okay. Maybe I just got to get used to this thing, but it's doing its thing. All right, so what I'm going to do now is put the wrong hand and see if it reads that, and then the right hand to see how fast it adjusts to the wrong code. Okay, so that's good. So it doesn't have to wait a certain amount of time, maybe? Nope, it does. There we go, maybe a few seconds. Again, it did not work there. It could be because I'm too close. I know the suggested distance is 6 to 8 inches. So let's see if that's the case. If I'm too close, yep, if I'm too close, it won't read it. I'll try it again to show you guys here. Too close. Yep, that's what it is. You got to be at a certain distance to do it. But let's see if you're too close. You go up. It won't. Oh, it did do it. Okay. So that's good. If you do it wrong, I'm just trying different things to show you guys. Wrong and right. Okay, so if you're too close, you can just go up and it'll still read it. That's awesome. That's a good feature. Instead of you having to wait, instead of you having to wait for something to reset before you can try again, you just go up a little higher. There. And it opens right up. Perfect. That's awesome. That's a good feature, man. They really did their thing with that. And this thing is working perfectly fine, to be honest with you guys. Look at that. Immediate. That's awesome. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really liking this safe. The one thing I just don't like is you have to close it from the middle. But so far, everything has been good. All of the features have been awesome. We're going to put some guns in here and see what kind of give you guys an idea. But it's just a normal size safe. So let's put some stuff in here to see what works and what doesn't. We'll see. Another thing while we're on the topic of the scanning, some of you guys might have this on your bedside, so you're not going to have it facing you. It might be, like this, where you got to reach over when you're in bed. So I'm going to kind of simulate as if I'm reaching over from my bedside at an angle. It still works. You just can't be too close, like I said. All right, that didn't work. That works. Now, I think that this is an awesome idea. Maybe I just got to get used to it, or maybe it's just too new of an introduction where it's got to be tweaked a little bit. But I like it. I like the idea. I like the functionality. It works good. One of the things that they say is no matter if you have wet hands or dirty hands, it'll still scan your palm. I'm going to test that. See, it didn't open it there either. I'm going to test that theory out and show you guys if that's true, because if you guys have like a thumb or a finger scanner safe, it's true. Sometimes I'll get out the shower and I'll go in my safe and it won't work because my hands are too wet, or they're just moist, and it just won't work. So that is one of the things I do hate about finger scanners. But with palms, we're going to see. I'm going to get my hands real wet and then show you guys if that works or not. As far as space goes, you have I normally keep on my bedside, normally is my 19 and my echelon. And in this safe, it it fits, but it's super snug. I don't think I would do this. If you have anything smaller than these two, perfect. But with these two, just being common guns and sizes and whatnot, sorry, moving my camera there, but the safe does kind of scratch up against the echelon here, so I don't think I would keep two in here. But if you have, let's just say a 19 and you want some spare mags or money or valuables or whatever, it's a great safe. I do think that in the future they could release something like a TSA approved, travel one with similar features, or maybe a larger one. So I'm very excited to see what these guys can come out with. Now I know it kind of sounds like I'm dogging on them a little bit because of all of my criticism, but I'm really not. I'm just being 100% honest with you guys, being very transparent. And I really hope that XEGIS, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's what we're going with, XEGIS. So I really hope that they did send this out to me, just as full disclosure, but so that they know, like, hey man, there's some things that we would like to see different or worked on, but I can always appreciate a good company that is willing to make some changes. There's always going to be somebody who steps outside the box and opens the world for others to be better, and we can never forget and give them props for being the first to do it. So Z just did a great job with this. I really like this safe. I am going to use it. I just got to get more familiar with it. And even if I don't use the palm vein reader, I could always use this. That's normally what I have on my bedside anyways. So awesome safe. I love the humidity and temperature feature. I love the built-in LEDs. I love how lightweight it is. Just an awesome safe in general to have. But I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the XEGIS safe? What are your thoughts on having a safe in general? I know there's a lot of mixed feelings about safes, but hey man, if you got kids or if you got people who can get handsy or are irresponsible, it's not a bad thing to take that extra step in protection and in safety. So that'll wrap it up for this video, you guys. But again, hit that like button, drop a comment down below about the safe, what you think of it, what safe do you use or recommend for others. And until the next video, man, God bless you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.